But it was Best who picked up that kid flick. Driven wide. Yes!
How do people become world class? Are they simply born with natural talent, or do they become exceptional through what they choose to do every day? Now, what you've just seen is one of the greatest goals I've ever witnessed. George Best against Sheffield United in a top of the table clash back in 1971, and I was lucky enough to be there. And around that time, I was also fortunate enough to spend time with George. And during one of our conversations, he asked me how my football was going. And I told him I was doing okay. What I didn't tell him was that I was actually playing for the enemy, Manchester City Juniors at the time, because I thought that's probably not what he wants to hear. Then I said, well, George, I suppose you were just born with natural talent. And his answer surprised me, because he said, I don't know if I was born with talent. What I do know is that every spare minute I had, I practiced. So while other kids were watching the telly or hanging around with their mates, George was out with a football over and over again, day after day, year after year. So why am I telling you this? It's not to show off that I knew George Best. I think I'm telling you this because I think there's a lesson in there for every single one of us. Let me ask you a question. What is one skill that if you became exceptional at it, it's going to have the biggest positive impact on your business and your life? Now, that could be leadership. It might be sales. It might be marketing. It might be understanding your numbers, time management, building relationships. Now, don't answer me just yet. Go grab your diary, because your diary is a lie detector. It doesn't tell you what's important to you. It tells you what you've chosen to make important. So we all say things matter. We say we want to become better leaders. We say we want to improve sales. We say we want to become stronger at business. But the diary tells the truth, because every appointment that you've made, every meeting that you've accepted, every hour you've blocked out is a vote for the future you're creating. If becoming a better leader is important, what's the time that you've got set aside to become one? If mastering sales would transform your business, where's the practice time? If understanding your numbers is the key to you making better decisions, where's the learning time? Your diary never lies. It reveals your priorities far more honestly than your intentions ever will. Now, let me ask you something else. Finish off this sentence. Practice makes. Practice makes. How would you finish that off? Now, most people say perfect. Practice makes perfect. I don't think it does. I think practice makes permanent. If I practice sticking with the football theme, taking penalties every day, but I sliced every shot wide of the goal because I was placing my feet in the wrong position, I wouldn't become a great penalty taker, would I? I wouldn't be sticking the ball in the back of the net that much. I would become really good at getting it wrong. That's why deliberate practice matters. And sometimes we need someone else to watch us, to challenge us, to help us improve, because we all have blind spots and we can't see our own bald spots, can we? So here's my challenge for you. Decide on one skill that will make the biggest difference to your future. Then open up your diary. And if there isn't time blocked out to improve that skill, it's probably not as important as you think it is. George Best didn't become George Best by hoping. He became George Best by practicing. The question is, what are you practicing today that your future self is going to say thank you to you for? Until next time, go create some real momentum. And let's finish with a reminder of what deliberate practice can achieve.
But it was Best who picked up that kid flick. Driven wide.